The meme muses on how we can expect the same treatment for Barrett, if she is the nominee, from lowlifes in the national press. Predictably, two fake news outlets have already tried to sully Amy Coney Barrett even before she's nominated. Both Reuters and Newsweek put out falsely predicated hit pieces on Barrett. Newsweek's headline read, quote, "How charismatic Catholic groups like Amy Coney Barrett's People of Praise inspired The Handmaid's Tale." Yes, in a flash of hatred and religious bigotry, these two alleged news organizations went to a fictitious book and TV series to smear Judge Barrett. But that isn't the worst part of it. When you scroll down the lengthy piece of garbage article, you find this correction. Quote, this article's headline originally stated that People of Praise inspired The Handmaid's Tale. The book's author, Margaret Atwood, has never specifically mentioned the group as being the inspiration for her work, end quote. Did you guys get all that? The whole premise of the damned article was complete BS. But did Newsweek take the article down? Nope. They just put the disclaimer on the end in hopes that their clueless readers wouldn't get all the way to the bottom and then walk away thinking that Judge Amy Coney Barrett and other Catholics want to bring about the apocalyptic fantasy presented in that ridiculous book and series, Handmaid's Tale. Are trafficking in trash and calling it news. Enemies of America do that sort of thing. Yesterday, Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany blasted Democrats in and out of CNN for openly advocating the destruction of the United States.
Democrats cannot win their argument on the merits. They cannot win on precedent, so they must search and destroy. Don Lemon said the quiet part out loud last night. He said this: we're going to have to blow up the entire system if the president does his job as outlined in the Constitution.
Now, wait a minute. That can't be true. CNN is many things, but are we to believe that they would support one of their alleged journalists openly calling for blowing up our American system? Surely the White House press secretary was mistaken.
Until you have a group of people that decide to consistently be better than what they reject, you're going to have people in the exact position they are right now, Don, which is no matter what happens, everybody sticks with their team.
We're going to have to blow up the entire system.
Oh, I see. You know, President Trump has famously called the liberal press the enemy of the people. He has done this because those members of the press place their ideology before the truth and fundamental journalistic fairness we deserve. Now we have members of the press openly calling for the destruction of our American system. I know what some of you might be thinking. Nobody with half a brain thinks Don Lemon is a journalist. But wait. He and CNN both claim that he is a journalist. So this self-described journalist at CNN has called for blowing up our system. As of this hour, we are unaware of anyone who claims to be a journalist who has said that Don Lemon isn't one of them, nor has any other journalists condemned Lemon's anti-American statement. What can we conclude about the agenda of the majority of the press from their silence on Don Lemon? Perhaps we should all remember Don Lemon's words when we watch how the so-called press treats President Trump's nominee for the Supreme Court. If their goal is to, quote, blow up our system, and they're trashing Trump's pick, perhaps that pick wants to save our American system. One final thought. How could CNN justify one of their so-called journalists calling for the blowing up of our system? I suppose they could say he done lost his mind. I suppose they could say he was drunk. Well, come on. Who would believe that?
I mean, I love you too, but we really don't need to see what's about to happen here.
No, Don.
I love you, Don. No, no. Keep it close. Keep it close.
See, we had to be in a sterile place.
Can we please not give him shots, by the way?
And then everything's pre-sterilized, ready to go. So we're good.
Okay, I'm cutting you off after this one. Should I cut him off?
Is this...
Well, on second thought.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.